So right now we're going to move on to hot topics and bring on our special hot topics guest for the day. And this hot topic features Trevor Owens of Ninjalerts, the project that allows custom NFT alerts and push notifications for any contract or wallet. Trevor's a good friend of the show and our crew here. He's a multifaceted entrepreneur, author, and early stage startup investor, CEO of Ninjalerts, an Ethereum-based wallet tracker, and also serves as the managing partner at Bitcoin Frontier Fund, where he invests in exceptional teams building new use cases for Bitcoin through BTC L1 and scaling layers like Stacks and Lightning. Bitcoin Frontier Fund has an extensive portfolio of nearly 50 startups in the DeFi, NFTs, and Web3 sectors. Trevor, great to see you again. Your beard is growing back in great grandeur. Look forward to continued growth. We know you shaved it off when, what was it, Stacks token hit $1 or something like that? Yeah.
And by the way, guys, I'm repping the shirt here today.
Oh, nice. Outer Edge LA t-shirt.
Nice. And yeah, I mean, it's not in your bio, but folks should know Trevor also knows how to pick out the best Korean barbecue in Seoul, hands down. So definitely a fun fact there. Still reminiscing about some of those meals.
Yeah, it was awesome to see your team in South Korea. I lived there for a few years. I'm back in the States now. It's been tough adjusting to the time zone because I before I got really kicked off into Web3 hard, I was, just working on my own startups. As a developer, you can live anywhere, but now it's like a lot of the action here is happening in the US East Coast, West Coast. So yeah, that was a really fun time. I mean, Korean startup scene is awesome.
Well, there's been a correlation over the last month or so of our comms slowing down as you've been like really heads down, sort of finalizing and now launching some major updates to Ninjalerts. Has been one of your passion projects for quite a while. So we're really excited to learn the scoop on the big update here. Let it rip.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ninjalerts V3 is live. This has been like a complete rebuild we've been working on for 6 months. And it introduces like, first of all, a fully rebuilt like data pipeline. We have like the fastest like time from going to like something happens in a block on Ethereum to like within a second, like pushing out push notifications. And we rebuilt a really nice desktop experience for pro traders that gives you kind of like all the things you want. And so from a user experience perspective, from a data perspective, there's almost like too much to discuss there, but I'd say the big thing is that we created this real-time trader leaderboard. And so we show like every week there's like kind of like a live trading competition going on where we look at all the wallets on Ethereum and we see NFTs that they bought, starting Monday midnight and which ones they've, flipped by the end of the week. We also extend that to the month time frame and the quarter time frame to show you like which wallets are actually making profits and what they're doing and go right from the chain. And so, the whole purpose of Ninjalerts goes back to when I got into NFTs as an investor, primarily focused on Bitcoin startups now. I'm also an Ethereum enjoyer. I'm an NFT enjoyer. But when I got into NFTs, it was like, hey, I didn't understand it. And I for my job, I needed to. And so I jumped into it. And then all of a sudden I was convinced because like once you hold something and you go deeper into it, that's when you really start to understand it. And I started getting addicted to trading. I was actually spending too much time trading NFTs and not enough time, with the startups in my portfolio. And that's when I came up with the idea of like, hey, why don't I just follow the wallets of like the smart traders that I know in the space, involved in a much of an alpha group. So I know are making good trades and get push notifications whenever they do something. Same idea with like Ethereum contracts. When a new mint is coming up, you can get an alert when the mint goes live, when the reveal happens. And it was just a tool to solve my own problem. And, we were lucky enough to find that like a lot of people in the space had the same problem. And so, this rebuild like allows you to discover many new wallets more easily, where you can see like what are the traders to follow, having like all different types of stats on their wallets, P&L, et cetera. And where we're going from this is in 30 days, we'll have mobile trading live. So we're trying to go for this like native mobile trading experience where you go from push notification to seeing people like making trades to being able to make those same trades yourself in the app. And then we're going for ordinals.
Wow. All right. We heard it all. You said that so succinctly, but that's all really big stuff. I see Anne's reaction here, and I know her wheels are turning. How can I integrate Ninja Alerts with Galaxy? Like, I have a feeling that's on your mind, Anne. Am I correct?
I want to use it for myself. I didn't know about Ninja before we chatted, but yeah, I like NFTs and I like to make money, and and just see what's going on chain. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Trevor, but I'm a non-technical person, so sometimes it's hard, like on Etherscan, for example, to kind of see like what's going on. So it kind of feels like your product is the perfect tool for a non-technical person like myself, who could just kind of track like doodles or Azuki or whatever. Not saying that I have got the funds for those, but to see what's going on and understand those transactions on chain.
100%. And I was like the type of person where I had like 5 different windows open, and I would have the Chrome extension for auto refreshing on Etherscan, and I'd be like, is the mint live? What is this transaction? Like, who's participating? And so we just made it like super simple, desktop and mobile app, so you can take it with you where you go. And, if like a big mint's coming up, like ideally you don't have to stay home, or you don't have to bring your computer with you. You can just hang out with your friends, enjoy your life. A lot of our most passionate users are people with like, families, young kids. They're kind of on the go, but they realize there's a lot of opportunities in this space because of all the opportunities unlocked by the creation of digital assets.
Oh, trust me, I've been to brunch, an hour or two later because me and my partner had to stay home for a mint, and it's just kind of annoying because you don't want to be that person. But then if you miss it and it becomes the next 4 days, then you'll go to brunch maybe an hour later to make sure you don't miss that.
Yeah, 100. You nailed it. Exactly the problem we're trying to solve.
FOMO at its finest. Trevor, I've seen the sort of wonderful job you've been doing, kind of growing your exposure in Twitter Spaces, over the past several months, doing the Not Financial Advice show, which we participated in quite a bit on the run to Outer Edge, and the ordinals show as well, and that kind of speaks to you've been a very strong force in educating people about ordinals and making that a strong focus and bring attention to it. So tell us, how that sort of got started in your domain, and how you've been active in the community, and kind of what you're seeing with ordinals. Yeah,
totally. So, as like an entrepreneur and developer, my background has primarily been in Web 2 for the past decade. And my previous company was like Lean Startup Machine. We did like these educational workshops all around the world, which actually I found out Josh had attended one in DC many years ago, and a few other people that I come into contact with recently.
I mean, it not only attended, I mean, it changed my trajectory of my entrepreneurial journey. I mean, Lean Startup is how Jeff and I sort of built our previous company, Territory Foods. It's the mentality that we have brought into everything we do, and all the coaching we've done of other entrepreneurs over the years. So, just got to say, it had a profound impact on me, Trevor.
That really touched my heart, Josh, and so and when I heard that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm on, like, add me to the team, add me to the Edge of NFT team here. I want to be involved, because it is a very specific mindset to take in how you approach building a company. And I think the 2017, 2018 era of the space was like the opposite of that in some ways. It was like companies raising, tens of millions of dollars with a white paper. And so I kind of stayed out of it during that time, but I did have a lot of friends in the space. And another one of the companies that I worked with like early on was the founders of what is now Stacks. And so when I came back in 2021, I was checking out what's going on. It was like a totally different environment. I saw production level applications like MetaMask, OpenSea, Uniswap, the People Sale. I was like, the time is now to get into this. And I had the fortune of knowing the Stacks guys and their whole thesis about we can also build Web3 on Bitcoin. And here's how different ways to do it. And I think that was like something that a lot of people had written off, but it was something that from my experience the past decade, looking at go-to-market, studying markets, studying lean startup, it just seemed like something that would obviously happen at some point and probably happen soon. I didn't expect it to happen this soon with ordinals, but I was kind of beating this drum for 2 years and investing in the space, investing primarily in stacks and some in Bitcoin L1 and Lightning. And when ordinals happened, it was just it wasn't like super clear. Like, every week I became more bullish, but it was obvious that it was something. And then the scale of it, even I wasn't prepared for. And so, doing all those Twitter spaces, that was like really fun to do with you guys. It was actually a challenge, like we didn't have the biggest audiences, because I was always this person who was like a little bit of an odd person out, being like bullish on Ethereum, building a startup on Ethereum literally, but also being like very interested in Bitcoin and what's coming up there and investing primarily in there. And then it was like the merging of two worlds where both of those fields came together. And I think that what we see in ordinals is the coming together of many individuals from across the blockchain space, and kind of, I hope, a disintegration of those barriers and tribalism, where we welcome everybody to participate and build, and we celebrate people who build and even make mistakes, which hasn't been the culture of Bitcoin, I think, over the past few years. But now that it's coming back, we're seeing that, again, markets move everything else. It's like, if you solve a problem for real users, nothing's going to stop you. And so I think that ordinals unlocked a great use case that's different from what is on Ethereum and other chains right now and how it's constructed. And I think that has ignited a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of builders. And I think in this like bear market, where I feel like Ethereum is going through a little bit of a plateau phase. Like if you look at innovation, it follows an S curve where it has tremendous growth and then a little bit of maturity and then a lot of experiments that unlock the next growth curve. I think that from 2021 until now, Ethereum has had that exponential growth, and now people are working on the next frontier of what this technology can do. And right now, Bitcoin is kind of just catching up to where Ethereum was 2 years ago.
Yeah, a lot of interesting developments going on. A lot of fun in the community, a lot of unique sort of perspectives. I think one of the things that came out of observations and participating in these conversations is that building on these different brings different communities, right? Different communities, different focuses, different sort of basic, personality traits or interests and things like that. So that's been a fun part of watching what's going on with ordinals, is seeing that the community has its own flavor, and that's really fun to see it grow. We only have so much time for this segment, so we'll probably have to wrap it up here pretty soon. But clearly, Anne is probably already signed up for Ninjalerts while on the show here, and she looked during this segment. She kind of looked at like a plant during the infomercial for Ninjalerts. Very enthusiastic. Probably represents a lot of our listeners. So it's good we had you on. But tell folks that are curious where they can go to learn more about you and Ninjalerts, and anything else you think they should check out.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely go sign up at ninjaalerts.com. It's 1A though in the middle, so it's like Ninja Alerts. With 1A, and then follow us on Twitter/Ninjalerts. Follow me on Twitter @TO. We have some exciting things coming in the next couple of weeks. Our mobile app is not the new mobile app is not approved by the App Store yet, so we're still waiting for that. But the old one, the V2, is still live and running well. And if you need any help with that, you can always jump into our Discord and provide a ton of support there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Always a pleasure, and actually an honor, to be on here with you guys.
Awesome. Also tell people when the Twitter spaces you participate occur, so they can go check those out. Similar, crosstalk, people who like to listen to audio and get into community.
So we do the Ordinal show every Monday and Wednesday, which is just focused on ordinals, technology, and we're the #1 show on ordinals right now. We had Peter Schiff on the show, who's actually he's now a Bitcoiner because he owns ordinals, which is crazy. And
okay.
We have a lot of great people on that Monday and Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Wednesday. And then I do the Not Financial Advice show, which is more degen, more trading, both ETH and ordinals, Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And actually, we have a show tonight, and we're going to have a town hall purge edition where we're going to let any project come up and pitch for like a minute and get some feedback. Hopefully, some good projects, hopefully some bad ones as well, because that's going to be fun.
Nice. All right. Thanks so much, Trevor. Great to see you again. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you guys so much. Cheers.